Let's imagine that we are working on an application which in some way is managing different types of files. We'll have to deal with Excel files, PowerPoint files, and Word document files. Every file will have its own name, size, and created on date. But for all of them, we'll need a separate type because each of them will have its own behavior. The Excel file can generate a report, the document file can be printed, and the PowerPoint file can start the presentation. We'll have to add those three classes to our program. First, let's create a new class for the Excel file. Let's right-click on our project, add class, and let's call it Excel file. And in this class, I will add a few public auto-implemented properties. So public string file name, public int size, and a public date time created on. And also the Excel file will have a method to generate a report. For simplicity, the generate report method will only invoke a console write line. So let's add a public void generate report with some console write line file name report. Moving on to the next type, I will add a PowerPoint file class to our project. So once again, let's add a new class, PowerPoint file. And this class will also have those three properties, file name, size, and created on. So I will just copy them from the Excel file class and paste them here. And besides those properties, it will have a method to present. So let's add a public void present method with some console write line file name presenting. Lastly, we'll add a Word document file class. So once again, I will add a new class. Let's name it Word document file. And as the previous types, it will also have those three properties. So I will paste them once again here. Besides those properties, it will have a print method. So let's add it. A public void print method with some console write line file name printing. In that way, we achieved our goal, meaning that we can manage those three kinds of documents. For Excel file, we can generate the report. For PowerPoint file, we can start the presentation. And for Word document file, we can print it. And this is great, but I don't like the fact that we are duplicating the code in those three classes. All of the file types share the same properties: the file name, the size, and the created on. And to not duplicate the shared code, we can make use of one of the object-oriented programming pillars, which is called inheritance. Inheritance allows us to create a base type, which will have the shared properties, and then for the classes that will derive from the base class, they will inherit those properties. So I will refactor our code so that you can make use of the inheritance. First of all, we need a base class for those three types, so I will add a file class to our program. So let's add a new class, file, and in this type, we'll have to put all of the code that is shared across the file types. So let me just cut them from the Excel file and paste them here. Now our file class contains all of the fields that we'll need to inherit in the concrete implementation. Starting with the Excel file class, we'll indicate that it inherits from the file class in the following way. Class Excel file, and with a colon, we'll say that it inherits from the file class. Let's do the same thing for the other classes. So in PowerPoint, I will remove the properties and inherit from the file class. And lastly, Word document file. The same situation, so we just inherit from the file. In this way, we got rid of the duplicated code, and the program will still behave in the same way. In our main method, I will remove the existing code and create one Excel file object and one Word document file object. So Excel file is equal to new Excel file. And then you can set the created on date to be now. And also let's set the name for the file, Excel file. And on this file, we can invoke the generate report method. So let's do that. And also let's create a Word document file, which is a new Word document file. I will set the created on date to be now as well. And some name for this file. Word file should be okay. For this object, we can invoke the print method. As you can see, we could access the properties from the base file class without any problem. And if I run the program, the generate method from the Excel file class and the print method from the Word document file are executed correctly.